LEGO Batman Magazine, issue 28 review in under 7 minutes. Let's go. So first up, I'm going to review the Batmobile Tumbler micro build. Fun fact, this micro build is based off of set 76240, the Batmobile Tumbler of the same name, which is inspired by the same vehicle used in the original Dark Knight trilogy. So, overall, what do I think of this micro build? Personally, in terms of accuracy, it looks pretty accurate to the original set, and I think they nailed the accuracy. As for the actual appearance of the set, I don't think it's a good micro build because of how plain and generic it looks. Because realistically, it's just a blob of black with wheels on it. That's it, that's the whole micro build. Apart from these black butcher's knives, which I think is a really creative building technique, there's almost nothing interesting about this vehicle. So overall, I don't think the Batmobile Tumbler is very appealing micro build. So, moving on to the Harry Potter cards. This magazine also includes 2 Harry Potter cards, as well as the micro build. So we have this card number 43, where it's Dumbledore with sweet treats, and card number 37, with Harry riding Buckbeak the Hippogriff. Personally, I really like these cards. I like the designs on them, and their inclusion in this magazine is pretty nice, even though it doesn't make much sense. So, moving on to the actual magazine. So now I'm moving on to the magazine. So, we have the title page, a Dreams ad, some contents, a little puzzle right here, and part 1 of the comic. Unlike LEGO Ninjago, there's multiple stops in this comic as it has multiple layers. So I'm just going to explain the comic here. So, in this comic, Batman goes to a school in Gotham City as he wants to host a contest as Batman wants to design a new vehicle. So Bobby is the kid who ends up winning the competition as he designs the Batmobile Tumbler. So, Batman then gets a call from Robin as in the Gotham City sports arena, villains are taking over the arena and causing chaos all around. So, Batman and Robin must design the Batmobile Tumbler. And with some creativity and chaos, Batman and Robin end up saving the day, and justice is served all around Gotham. Overall, I think the comic is really nice, as it's a very creative story, and it does make the Batmobile Tumbler micro build a lot more special in this magazine. So, here we have more of the comic. We have some Batman activities right here. We have more of the comic. Here we have instructions for the Batmobile Tumbler micro build. Here we have some facts on the Batmobile Tumbler. And we activity up there. More instructions. So here we have a drawing activity where you can design your own Batmobile. I personally have designed the Bat-Soarer, which is basically a Batmobile, but its main design is the Batarang. Pretty creative, right? Here we also have a double page with the main focus being Killer Croc and Darkseid. Here we have the finale of the comic, which is really nice. So here we have a 2-player game where you and a friend have to face off to reach the end by connecting the dots without overlapping your opponent's dots. It's a pretty creative game. Here we have a Superman maze. And another short little comic, which basically the Justice League are holding a race underwater. Batman ends up winning the race. Here we have the LEGO City ad, and finally an ad for next issue, issue 29, which comes with the Batwing micro build. Now I'm going to move on to the posters. And now, moving on to the posters, we have this poster, which is a collage of some DC characters on the Batman logo. And I think this poster is a wee bit messy with how the characters are in the logo. Although it's a nice idea, I think it's a very messy poster. And moving on to the next poster is this Batmobile Tumbler poster, which I think looks really nice, although I wish it said Batmobile Tumbler here. Other than that, it's a really nice poster, and it does highlight the set very well in my opinion. I think I prefer this poster over the other one because the other one feels really messy, and although this poster is very simple, it's very effective at what it wants to do. So, moving on to the game. So, next up is the Detective Training card game. So, in this card game, you and your friends have to see who can get the most cards. So you have this big card right here which names the 6 heroes in this game. Each card will have 5 of the 6 heroes. The first player that can identify the missing hero gets to keep the card. And the game keeps going on until the person with the most cards win. Overall, I really like this card game. Because these heroes are instantly recognizable, I think this game will be really fun with a group of friends to see who can identify the missing hero. It'll add a lot of intensity and fun to the game. So, moving on to my final verdict. Overall, what do I think of this magazine? Overall, I think this magazine is decent. For the puzzles in this magazine, they're pretty generic, there's nothing too special about it. The games are pretty fun, I like the games. Detective Training is pretty good, and I imagine the 2-player one is also pretty fun. The posters are decent, I think the Batmobile one is really nice, I really like that one. But this character collage poster, I think is pretty messy. The Batmobile Tumbler micro build is really generic, it's not that special. The 2 Harry Potter cards included are nice, but they're a very bizarre inclusion. And the Detective Training card game is really fun, and I like its inclusion. So overall, I wouldn't really recommend this magazine unless you care a lot about the Batmobile Tumbler micro build. So that's going to conclude it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe, and feel free to check out any other reviews on screen right now, and I will see you all in my next review. Goodbye.